Have you ever had a date that was perfect on paper? Great conversation, the right place, good chemistry, but at the end of the night, all you got was a polite hug and that classic message, "Let's do this again sometime." Most men believe that for a woman to feel a deep emotional and physical connection on a first date, they need a luxury car, an expensive restaurant, or a rehearsed script of clever lines. But the truth is much simpler and much deeper. There's a quiet psychological dynamic that, when activated correctly, makes her feel like she's known you for years in just a couple of hours. That's the difference between being the nice guy and being unforgettable. Today, I'll show you how to move from surface-level conversation to real connection, the kind that makes time disappear and leaves her wanting the night to continue. Welcome to the channel. Our mission here is to add real value to your life. Before we dive in, tell me where you're watching from. What city and state? Drop it in the comments. I like knowing how far this message is reaching. If you're a man over 30, maybe even in your 40s or 50s, time is your most valuable resource. You're no longer interested in empty dates that go nowhere. And here's the good news: mature women feel the same way. The biggest mistake most men make is trying to earn attraction through performance. They talk about their achievements, their job title, how busy they are, or how much money they made this week. But the moment you try to impress, you place yourself beneath her, subconsciously asking for approval. Real attraction works the opposite way. She doesn't want a performer, she wants an experience. Stay with me until the end, because the final point I'll share is what most men completely ignore, and it's exactly what kills attraction before it even starts, turning what could have been a passionate night into a business meeting. Everything begins before you even pick her up. A woman opening up is first and foremost about emotional safety. On a biological and psychological level, she relaxes when she feels she doesn't have to be in control. Modern women lead, decide, solve problems all day long. When she goes on a date, what she unconsciously wants is to rest in your leadership. When you ask, "Where do you want to go?" or "What do you feel like eating?" you're giving her another decision to make. A grounded man leads the logistics calmly. He says, "I'll pick you up at 8. I found a place you'll like? Great atmosphere." When you handle small decisions with confidence, her nervous system relaxes, and a relaxed woman naturally begins to open up. Once you're together, avoid the interrogation trap. This is the silent killer of modern dating. Questions about where she works, where she lives, or how many siblings she has put her brain on autopilot. She's answered those questions dozens of times before. To create connection, you need to engage her emotional brain, not her resume. Instead of asking what she does, ask what drives her. If she says she's a lawyer, don't ask about the law. Ask what made her choose that path, or what case impacted her the most. See the difference? You're stepping out of small talk and into meaning. And pay attention, because there's a critical mistake men make when complimenting a woman that instantly puts them into the safe friend category. And I'll show you how to avoid it. Real attraction lives in subtle tension. Without tension, you're just two people exchanging information. And tension isn't created by talking more. It's created by presence. Most men panic during silence and rush to fill every gap. A centered man is comfortable with pauses. When the conversation slows, hold her gaze for a few seconds longer than normal. Add a slight smile. Let the silence breathe. That space creates electricity. It's in that moment she starts wondering what you're thinking. Desire grows in what isn't said. Use eye contact with intention. not staring, but grounded, calm certainty. Physical connection should always feel natural and progressive. You don't wait until the very end of the night to initiate touch. Think of it as a gradual staircase. Start with light, socially appropriate touches. A brief touch on the shoulder when she laughs, guiding her with your hand on her back, casual contact at the table. Then you observe. If she stays close or reciprocates, that's her body saying yes. When men skip this progression and suddenly go for a kiss at the end, it feels abrupt and uncomfortable. Attraction is built step by step. Now here's where most men get it wrong. Vulnerability. Strength doesn't mean emotional absence. Perfection is actually unattractive. If you seem flawless, she feels pressure to stay guarded too. When you share a small, honest challenge, something you learned from, a fear you overcame, you signal emotional safety. That gives her permission to drop her guard as well. When a woman feels safe enough to share something personal, she's already emotionally invested. The physical side naturally follows. You may have noticed that some women seem distant at the beginning of a date, but warm up quickly later. That's because familiarity is being built. One powerful way to accelerate this is by changing environments. If you're at a bar, suggest a short walk, a dessert spot, or a scenic overlook. Psychologically, moving locations makes the brain register multiple shared experiences, deepening the sense of connection. It feels like you've spent much more time together than you actually have. Then comes the decisive moment. The biggest attraction killer is hesitation. A grounded man doesn't rush, but he doesn't freeze either. Attraction is communicated through body language, proximity, and eye contact, not awkward verbal interruptions. When the tension is there, the permission has already been given non-verbally. Lower your voice, slow your movements, close the distance naturally, and let instinct take over. The kiss should feel like a confirmation, not a surprise. Finally, what happens after the date matters more than most men realize. This is where many sabotage everything. After a great night, insecure men flood her with messages, seeking reassurance. That signals scarcity. A confident man appreciates the connection but remains grounded in his life. He lets the experience settle. He allows anticipation to build. Mystery preserved after the date is what makes the second one even stronger. Remember, this isn't about manipulation. It's about presence, leadership, and emotional intelligence. When you embody those qualities, attraction isn't something you chase. It's something that naturally meets you halfway. If this added value to your life, subscribe to the channel and tell me in the comments, which of these areas do you need to work on the most? Leadership, tension, or decisiveness? I read every comment. See you at the top.